Welcome to day one of the Bath and Beauty Brand website content challenge. Finally, it's here. This is our first video lesson where we will focus on the homepage. But before we get started, considering that this is the first official lesson, I wanted to quickly do an overview of the actual challenge itself. It runs from today, April 24th, to Wednesday, April 26th. It's a very, very short, high intense period where we will plan and write our website content. If you have not yet met me, or if I have not yet met you, my name is Aisha Bailey. I am a scientist, cosmetic formulator, and business development consultant, supporting small independent brands in the natural health product space with a specific focus on cosmetics. And I started Skincare Startup as a community or a resource that independent skincare and hair care brands could access information, tools, and a community to help them as they go through their journey of starting, launching, and growing their own brands and businesses. We have recently launched the Bath and Beauty Brand Growth Hub, which is a private membership community. And I've really seen some phenomenal progress in just the short 4 months that we've been working on building that community. And this particular initiative is a part of that, but I wanted to make this particular challenge open to the broad skincare startup community because I know it is an area that many of us struggle with trying to navigate. Even if you decide to outsource your website, you will still have to actually develop the content before outsourcing the development and the design of your website. So I decided to make the website content challenge available to all members in our community. So if you're in our Facebook page, if you're following us on Instagram, or if you're just in tune with us via email, you will essentially get access to the 3-day challenge. And I'm extremely excited to progress through the next 3 days. So what exactly will we cover? We're going to be looking at our website content in 3 buckets. The homepage, which will be covered and focused on today, day 1. On day 2, we will focus on the About Us and Contact Us page. And then on day 3, we will focus on our product pages because ultimately we're selling products. And the schedule for each day will look like this. At 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will release a pre-recorded video lesson, which is what this is for day 1. And then on that same day, we'll have a live Q&A session at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So later today at 6 p.m., we will come on live. We will talk about the top approaches and specifically discuss any questions, challenges, concerns you may have had in trying to implement what you would have learned in the video lessons. Each video lesson comes along with a workbook. Because yes, I can teach you some of the best tricks and some of the best strategies and approaches, but if you don't actually implement or put into practice what you have learned, then you won't actually accomplish anything. So each video lesson comes with its own workbook. And that workbook will essentially have specific areas that covers the different components that we would have discussed in the video lesson so that you can start with the planning and writing of your own content. So after the video lesson, you can do the assignment, and then in the live Q&A, you will have an opportunity to ask questions and to hear from others in terms of their general experiences. If by any chance you cannot make it to the live sessions each day, not to worry, there will be a pre-recording that will be available. There will be a replay of the Q&A that will be available immediately. And you can also simply post your questions in the Facebook group or via email at hello@skincarestartup.com, and I will answer your specific questions during the live Q&A if you're not able to join us live. So it will be a very jam-packed 3 days, but I think more importantly, let us focus on being very productive. So after we watch the video lessons, start writing, start putting pen to paper and getting those next steps in as it comes to building your website. There are 2 important links that I want you to make note of, and this entire set of slides, I will save them as a PDF, and you can simply click on the links and it will take you to the areas. This challenge will be done in our Facebook group, the Grow Your Skincare Brand and Business. That is where the challenge will happen. So if for some reason you are watching this, but you're not a part of the Facebook group yet, maybe you've just gotten this link in email, please join the Grow Your Skincare Brand and Business Facebook group. Our website, Skincare Startup or Bath and Beauty Brand Growth Hub.com. We want to also send the information via email because we know social media has lots of things going on. There are lots of things going on in our group, but there are also lots of things going on in other people's groups, and maybe you want a central place to save everything. You can sign up for our newsletter. So if you go to skincarestartup.com, scroll all the way down to the bottom, you will see the join the newsletter section. Just simply put in your name and email, and all the updates for the challenge over the next 3 days will come to your email, so you can easily save those and reference all the material whenever it is that you need it. So these 2 links are very important, and I definitely look forward to seeing you in the group and in our email. Okay, so let's get right into it. It is day 1 of the challenge, and we will be focusing on the homepage. How can we plan and write the website content for our homepage? That's gonna be our target for day 1. So at the end of the day, you should have a draft of your website content for your homepage. That is the ultimate outcome of this session. At the end of the day, you will have written a draft of your content for your homepage. Okay? Now, what exactly is a homepage? Now, we all know what homepages are because if you're on the internet, clearly you're on the internet if you're watching this. You know that all businesses, initiatives that have an online presence or that has a website will have a homepage. And this homepage is essentially the main landing page of the website. This is where your visitors first arrive when they visit your website, typically, unless you have links to other pages. But if, for example, you're sending traffic from your social media to your web page, oftentimes that will be to your homepage. And because it is the first place that your visitors come, think about it as first impressions last. It doesn't only mean for people that you meet, but it also means for your website, right? So it is very, very important that your homepage accurately captures what your brand is about and what these users, potential customers, and existing customers can expect from your website. And it also represents a kind of gateway to the rest of your website. So other areas within your home online will essentially be accessed through the home page. Now, the home page can have many different sections. In terms of the sections that you need to focus on in terms of writing, these would be the main areas. Your hero statement with a call to action, a welcome message, some featured products, which is very, very important because ultimately we're selling products, social proof, something on your brand values, and some mechanism for building your email list. These are the key components. These are the key areas that you will need to work on to have draft content for your homepage. Now, different schools of thought may have other components. They may be arranged in different ways, but ultimately these are going to be your key sections for your homepage. These are must-haves. So let us start first with the hero statement and call to action. Now, as the name suggests, hero statement. When someone comes to your website, the website, when they get to your homepage, the homepage should almost, the very first thing that they see should position them as a hero. It should put your customer, your potential customer, in control. They should be able to see themselves reflected at the very, very top of your homepage. It makes them the hero of the story. And what that essentially does is instantly connect them to your brand, which is the very, very first thing that needs to happen before they are even interested in buying from you. So at the very top, you need to find a way to make them the hero. Speak directly to them. Make your brand speak to their story. And by making your banner focused or centralized on your customer, you will essentially pull them into your world, which is exactly what you need to do. So that banner section, the very top of the homepage, is an important component of your entire website. It needs to be, this banner statement or hero statement needs to be clear and concise. So we don't want the header to have too many words and too many descriptions, too many conflicting images. We want it to be very clear, very concise, and you also should design it in a way that it grabs their attention, and it also clearly conveys what is unique about your brand, what is special about your products, what the purpose and mission of your business is. Where possible, and this is highly recommended, as you do your competitors analysis in starting and planning your business, you need to also clearly demonstrate in that banner section what sets you apart from competitors. Because we are in a space where there are lots of entities, lots of other brands, lots of other businesses, and you need to find a way to separate yourself very quickly. As soon as your visitors come onto your homepage, they should clearly see what makes you different. Okay? You're going to be using persuasive language. So don't just say what is. This store has these products. No. You want to persuade them. You want to influence their next steps. And your banner statement needs to do that. It needs to speak in very persuasive languages, in very action oriented language. That will resonate with your target audience. So it is very important that you know who your target audience is in as specific details as possible, and you use language that will motivate that particular target audience to action. Your statement should also reference any relevant imagery. So do not put images that are unrelated to your hero statement, and vice versa. Don't build a hero statement that does not speak to the imagery that you may have up. So your images can be related to people, products, places, or purpose, depending on your brand, depending on your products, depending on your mission. But ensure whatever you craft for your hero statement is relevant to the imagery that's actually on that banner. We spoke about persuasive language and motivating action. Once they look at once they come onto your homepage and they see that banner and that hero statement and they're drawn into your world, they see themselves in your brand, you need to ensure that you are persuading them to take some specific action. You want to help them or nudge them towards the next step of becoming an actual customer, or if they're an existing customer, that they become a repeat customer. So your hero statement needs to elicit some action in the statement itself, as well as having some call to action button. That call to action button, we see them all the time: shop more, learn more, buy now, discover, dive in, sign up, grab the discount. You need to encourage some kind of action. And this call to action can vary depending on the different promotions or the different types of activities that you're having at a given time. But it is very important that banner statement speaks to your target audience, persuades them to take action, and has a call to action button in that banner. Here are some examples. This is a brand, and number one, as soon as you go on, you can tell who they're trying to target. If this particular lady resonates with you, if you see yourself in her, then it clearly captures or is speaking to the customer. So that is very important. The imagery that you use should connect or should resonate with your target audience. The banner statement or the hero statement says reduce plastic waste with ease. Now recognize reduce is an action word. It is a verb. So it is already eliciting or persuading a certain type of action, a certain type of lifestyle, a certain movement, right? You're moving them, motivating them to do something. And what is that? That is having a more sustainable beauty routine. So if your target audience is very sensitive to their impacts of their beauty routine on the environment, this particular hero statement or banner statement makes them the hero. It gives them the power to live a lifestyle that will support their own ultimate concerns or goals for the environment. And then there's a clear call to action. Shop. You can do this. You can reduce your plastic waste. You can reduce your impact on the environment. You can have a more sustainable beauty routine using these award-winning products simply by shopping. And that is exactly what you want, how you want your banner statement to speak to your audience. What can you motivate them to do, and how exactly do they take that action? Here's another one by Cali Ray. This is a California born and bred brand. And as you can tell, again, it clearly encapsulates the target audience. So it's a young woman, and you can tell from the way she is looking and her kind of posturing that it's a more edgy type of woman, right? And then when you read the statement itself, you can tell even further who it's trying to appeal to. So it says California Beauty Unfiltered, right? So unfiltered means natural. That's almost a way of thinking about it. Beauty that is natural, unfiltered. And then it goes further to say a dreamy wellness lifestyle made of clean makeup, right? So unfiltered, natural, clean, minimalistic, and dirty minds and sexy sustainability. So again, it's talking about a more edgy woman, a sexy woman who is looking for clean options for beauty. And how exactly can she get access to clean, unfiltered beauty that celebrates her dirtiness, celebrates her sexiness, and in a sustainable way? Simply by diving in. Dive in. Participate. Learn more. Shop. Okay. Here's another one. Bloom Effects. The Royal Tulip Vitamin C Facial Oil. Now, you may think that this isn't really speaking to a specific audience. Well, clearly it's speaking to women, because we can see it's a woman that's using the product, and in the background you see these beautiful tulips. Now, if you are European, you may know a lot about the Dutch tulip. It has a very important history in Holland. It has not only in terms of its cultural use, but also its importance in the economy of Holland. If you're European, if you're Dutch, this will speak to you, right? And when it talks about the future is bright, I mean, this can speak to many different things. It can speak to the history of the royal tulip, and the new innovations about making this long-standing, well-known botanical commodity relevant for the future, using harnessing the bioactivity of this Dutch plant or this Dutch flower, and now bringing it into these new beauty technologies. It speaks very, very clearly to a certain target audience. It is also extremely unique. So this is now where we talk about positioning yourself in a place that is unique relative to your competitors, because vitamin C products, facial products, are not unusual. But one that is based on this unique plant is very unique. And talking about the future being bright, it's also connecting to persons who are very forward-looking, who are very positive in their outlook. And it has 20% of THD ascorbates, which again also provides a lot of education and information for persons who are using it. And it says, if you want to utilize this unique product with this unique botanical, and you want your future to be bright, whether you think of that literally, your face will now be bright, or whether you want to be a part of this movement that's looking at a new history, creating a new history for this flower, then shop now. Okay, it connects very, 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 very easily with that target audience. So when you're writing your hero statement, this is the approach you should take. Number one, you need to be clear on what you offer. What do you offer? And try to be as, if you're going to be on your banner statement, if you're going to be kind of zoning in on a specific product, you need to be very specific on that. But if not, and you're going to speak generally about your brand, you still need to ensure that your description is very specific and targeted. Knowing who you're trying to sell to. So who is it for? And be extremely specific. What's their gender? What's their age? What are they struggling with? What are their aspirations? What are their lifestyles? What are their buying habits? Be extremely specific and try to see how best you can speak to, in your hero statement, that particular avatar. What makes your products unique? So what will make someone land on your homepage and say, that's interesting. I've never seen that before. What makes you unique? And then what do you want them to do? Okay, so what do you want to motivate from a kind of more personal value position? And then what is the next immediate step? Shop, dive in, learn more, buy. Okay, and then you're gonna craft your hero statement. Okay. The second component that your welcome page needs to have is a welcome message. This is particularly important for brands that are newer. So if you're just launching or recently launched, you need to speak to your visitors in the same way you would if you were at a craft market, for example, and they came up to your booth. What would you say to them? Because it is likely that they are new to your brand. So if you're a newer brand, if you're not yet established, assume that most of the persons that come onto your website, your homepage, are new. They're just learning about you. So you need to welcome them in. And that welcome message should be warm, and it should make them feel appreciated. Speak or write in a way that makes them feel as if you're happy to have them visit here. Thanks for being here. Okay? Your welcome message needs to also briefly touch on your brand values, mission statement, and vision, because that is important in connecting with your customers, and that will help to also encapsulate what your brand is all about. Because again, if persons are new, if you have visitors that are just visiting your page or just getting to know you, they need to know exactly what your brand is about, and that can be done in a welcome message quickly. You also need to hint at the kinds of products that you're offering. So you have a banner statement, it will speak to a specific product, maybe depending on what you're promoting, or it may speak largely to your products. In your welcome message, give a very brief description of what your product offerings are. Are they scrubs that are based on a certain type of botanical ingredient? Are they facial products that are formulated with a specific kind of active? Are they balms that are infused with a particular type of herb? What exactly are you offering? What is your product range? And what makes and brag a little bit about them. What is it that makes you really proud of these products, and state that. The benefits are also important to understand, because when someone comes and visits your website, they're oftentimes looking for a solution. They have some problem that your product is going to solve. And you need to be very clear in your mind what benefits your products actually have. Ensure that your message is concise, because there will be an opportunity for them to learn more about you in the About Us page, which we'll talk about in the next lesson. So you really need to make sure that it is short and it is sweet, and they can quickly glance through and understand what your brand is about. I typically recommend as many call to action buttons that you can have throughout your web page, the better. So if you want to have a learn more, you can. So a call to action, because you don't know at what point your customer or your visitor is going to be motivated to take action. They may not be motivated to buy, but they may be motivated to learn more about you. So give them an easy way to learn more about you and your brand. Here are some examples. Glossier.com. Their welcome message says, at Glossier, we make products inspired by real life. Yeah, isn't that powerful? We believe beauty is about having fun, celebrating freedom, and being present, because no matter where you are in your beauty journey, you look good, right? So it is a very warm, and motivating message that will draw someone in if they read it. And again, very concise, right? Which is exactly what we're going to. Earth Harbor is, as the name kind of easily suggests, that this is it's a more eco-friendly, earth-inspired, in fact, it was ocean and earth-inspired product line. And their welcome message says, purely natural, ethical skincare with nature-powered results. Here is beauty from land and sea, proven non-toxic and inspiring. So very, very clear what their values are. Very, very simple. There's something very clean about this particular website and their welcome message. So it tends to be very relaxing, which is kind of what the ocean inspires, right? A very kind of relaxing and gate pulls you in. The ocean pulls you in, and they use that in their messaging, in their welcome messaging, to draw you in. Velvet.com. Their website is lovevelvet.com. They're again a woman-owned small company based out of Calgary, Canada. And what I like about their welcome message, it's almost as if they're just talking to you. Hi there, we are Jenny and Joyce, the co-founders of Velvet. So it's very, I'm speaking directly to you, and I think that can be very powerful, particularly if you are a small brand, if you're a new brand, and if you are a founder-led brand. So if you are, if you are one of a solopreneur, one of a few people running this small business, and you're gonna be the face of the business, you can easily have a quick welcome message like this. This is who I am, and this is what we are doing to help improve your life. Okay, so let us go to featured products. Now, again, when persons come to your website, they're coming to learn more about you, to decide if they will buy. Okay, that is really why they're coming. Most persons who come to your website are not coming just to pass time. They have seen information about your brand somewhere, and you have driven traffic to your website, and they come onto your website so that they can learn more about you to decide if they can buy. So your featured products on your homepage are important tools that you can use to help them in taking the next step to buy. They may not buy their first time visiting, but every time they come to your website, by having the featured product section clearly outlined, will help to motivate that purchasing decision. So your featured products typically will highlight either your top products, new products, or promotional products, okay? And you don't only have to have one featured product section. You can have several sections that features different products. But bear in mind that when persons scroll, they start at the top and they start to scroll. Oftentimes they will drop off before they go through the entire web page. They may either go to another page or they may go to another website altogether. So you need to ensure that at your very first set of featured products are focused on those products that you know are most likely to convert from your website. And you will have to decide what those are. If your brand is only currently selling one product, then you need to ensure that your feature on that product is very powerful, right? That when they first see that, it's very, very powerful, it's very, very impactful. If you have not yet launched and you're in the product development process, you should also have a featured product section. But your featured product section can speak more to your prototype. So you don't necessarily have to have your final branded image products. You can actually have products, photos of the samples, right? So if they're in a watch glass, or if they're in a beaker, or any high quality images like those, and you can highlight them the very same way you would a final product. So these are coming soon, and you have your little samples, nice pictures of each sample, maybe a smear or a smudge if you have something that is more viscous, just so that they can clearly see what they're actually getting. So whether you have an established brand or whether you're not yet launched, it really doesn't matter. You can still have a featured product section, and instead of talking about price, because you may not have yet set those, you can educate them about the product itself. The products are normally in some kind of carousel, grid, or list format, so it is important to stick to that. Again, if your brand only has one product, which is a totally valid approach, just ensure that your imagery is very clear and clean for them to understand and visualize. The section is intended to grab the customers or the visitors' attention and to encourage purchase. So you're going to ensure that you have certain key elements. So product names are going to be important. It needs to be very clear what the product is, because packaging, yes, can oftentimes indicate what it is, but it doesn't always. So your product name should be very clear. It should be clear in the naming of your product. It should be clear exactly what it is. High quality images are critical. We buy with our eyes, right? Purchasing is an emotional decision, particularly for buying cosmetics online. So they don't have the luxury of smelling, touching, feeling, sampling. They are simply making a decision based on how it looks. So it needs to look as good as how it feels and how it smells. Okay, so high quality images are critical. If you have product prices, so if you're already established, those are also going to be very important, because that is an important influencer in determining purchase. If you have reviews, ratings, also include those. Again, if you are new, if you've not yet launched and you have reviews from individuals that have sampled your prototypes, those can be incorporated into your featured product sections. If there are special tags, so things like bestseller, award-winning, new, dermatologically tested, those kinds of special tags, you can also include those. If there are any special features, so some of your featured products could have lots of description. So you can have a short paragraph or a few sentences. For example, I call these spotlight products. So you may have your initial set of products at first, but you may also want to talk a little bit about a few. You can have those special features documented. And importantly, a call to action. Do not just put the products up, and if persons click on it, it does nothing. There needs to be a call to action, preferably buy or shop. But if it's a learn more, so if you've not yet launched, if you're showcasing some of your products under development, learn more is perfectly fine. You can do pre-sales, so persons can buy before it's open. So if you're given a special discount, if you plan to launch in 3 months and you want to give people a special discount where they pre-purchase, you can absolutely have that as well. So just some more examples. Bloom Effects, again, very, very clean, very clear. So even though you are not looking at the product physically, it's almost as if you can clearly imagine what it looks like physically were it in your hand, because of these high quality transparent images. Excellent. It also has the special tags that we spoke about. New product, best selling, award winning. This was award winning from InStyle, and this is award winning from Refinery 29. So again, you know, very, very useful in this particular in this particular example. It's very clear what the products are: facial oil, serum, drops, which I guess is also a form of serum, and a moisturizer, moisturizing nectar. So it's very clear what the products are. It has ratings, which is very useful because that helps to also influence purchase, the price, and a call to action, add to cart. Okay. This is Colfi. So it's like a makeup line, and again, very similarly, you have very high quality images, so you can clearly see what the products are. And what I also like about these is that you're also seeing the products themselves. So it's not only the packaging, but you're seeing what the product itself looks like, and that can be very useful in also helping to draw your buyer in. It has those tags, new, clearly outlines what the products are: eyeshadow, blush, and concealer. So there's no kind of question: is this a concealer? Is it a lip gloss? Is it you know, it's an eyebrow gel? What is it? It's very clear. It's a concealer. The ratings are there, the price is there, and if you have variations to each product, they also have that there, and an add to cart button. Okay. This is Brandify. Again, what I like about this are those images. You know, even though if you realize, and this is something I know lots of us tend to be very sensitive towards, is if all our product labels don't look the same, if all the containers don't look the same, we think we can't have a very nice looking website. And that's not true, because these packaging are kind of all the same. It's an amber bottle. This seems like a plastic bottle jar with some kind of airless pump bottle, but it still looks very, very good. I like that there's a quick description, so you can provide a little bit more information about the particular products that you're offering, and again, clearly describing what it is. Here's a vitamin C, E, and ferulic acid serum, a cleanser, a liquid cream, and another cleanser. Very, 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 very clear what is being sold. And then you have the add to cart button, the price, and the reviews if you have them. Okay, so that is a general standard you should use. Number 5, social proof. What exactly are we talking about when we talk about social proof? It is really a strategy that most brands, particularly now with so much business being done in the digital space, your customers have no idea who you are. You have no idea who the customer is. The customer has no idea where to find you, right? It is not, you know, in more traditional commerce, you walk into a store, you see other people shopping, you can look at the products, you can touch, you can feel, you can sample, you can try. It's not that kind of shopping doesn't require too much social proof, because they can see what they are buying, right? And they can see others buying it. In the online space, in e-commerce, it is very important that you include some social proof, because you need to give your buyers, your visitors, an opportunity to trust you, and an opportunity to bank on the fact that if they pay with their credit cards, they are buying from a legitimate, credible business. So it is a very, very important component of your homepage, especially if you are new, especially if you are just launching. You need to ensure that you have social proof. And if you go to a website and you see no social proof, it is likely because that brand is well established, because that brand is a household name. So people already trust them, okay? You also want your customers to understand that others who have used your products have had a positive experience, so they will too. Okay, and you also want to ride the fear of missing out as well. So by providing social proof, you are cementing in their minds that you don't want to be the only one who doesn't have access to this amazing product. Okay, and this ultimately increases your confidence in making a purchase. And once they make one purchase and have one good experience, social proof is really less relevant. But if you are a newer, a younger brand, if you're in your launch or growth phase, you need to focus on social proof. And many of you may be concerned that you don't have any social proof. You're just launching. You have no idea how you're going to increase confidence. One way is to provide testimonials, reviews, and feedback. If you are just doing product development, you would have done some kind of user testing, right? You would have given other person's products to sample or to try. Or you may have asked a professional or a practitioner or a dermatologist or someone to provide some feedback. You can include that feedback here. So if you have individuals sampling your products, if you've given away free samples, ask them for a review and ask permission if you can put their name on that review. Or if you have a social media page and persons have given feedback, you can screenshot that and you can give those reviews. When you're doing user testing during product development, ensure that you capture 3 to 5 reviews. So if persons, oh, it smells amazing, that is good enough. So if you're at a farmer's market and somebody has tried your products and they did this and they did, that smells amazing. Ask them, could I put that review on my website? Could I put your first name and the initial of your last name? And that's it. You have a review. Okay, so any kind of reviews, feedback, testimonials that you can give are an important part of or option for social proof. Ratings. So if you've been selling for quite some time online and persons are able to rate your products, then that will also be important. So if you notice all of these stars, all of these reviews and ratings, everything is 4 stars, 5 stars, etc., that can be very, very, very helpful in including as well. Have you gotten awards for your products, badges, or any certification? Include that, right? So if it's an award winning, if it is best selling, is also a very important badge that you can put, and you can even create these badges and put them there. If it's something like favorite or top reviews, you can put a little badge there, right? So if you realize that these products, maybe again you're prototyping and you realize of 3 products that one is always getting top reviews, just put a little logo that says top review, right? So that people know this is kind of a top seller, something that people absolutely love. If you have more formal certification on your products, so for example, if your local standards entity has certified your product, you can put that logo to say standards certified. So for example, here in Jamaica, we have the Bureau of Standards Jamaica. When they certify the label, we just put BSJ certified as a badge, so that persons know that this is something that has gotten the requisite certification. If you as an individual is certified, you can also put that kind of information online. So if you say, for example, Aisha Bailey certified cosmetic formulator, that also adds credibility to the brand as well. So you can put statements like formulated by a certified cosmetic formulator. Those kinds of statements help to add credibility to your brand. if you or your products have been highlighted in any media outside of your own, you can put as seen in. So if you've been featured in your local newspaper, if you've been featured in a local newsletter, if you've been featured on a lifestyle, some kind of lifestyle media, in a magazine, on some existing website, maybe you are working with an influencer who has featured your products, just ask for the logo and you're going to put as seen in. Because again, what this does is that this tells your customer that other people will vouch for this brand, so I can feel comfortable. Okay, so as a part of your PR strategy, which is something we can look at another time, you need to ensure that you are engaging external to your business. So get an opportunity to be featured in a newspaper, get your products featured in a newsletter, get featured, work with influencers. That will help to add some additional some additional credibility. Buzzwords that are speaking to expertise or scientific information is very important, particularly for our line of work. As we all know, cosmetics versus foods or pharmaceuticals or health products are not as heavily regulated, which means consumers are concerned, particularly with independent brands, that they worry that these products have been developed in the owner's kitchen. They have no real structured way of ensuring that the products are safe and ensuring that the products are high quality, because they're just cooking it up in their kitchen and selling it. And they come in with that in the back of their mind all the time. They come in with that in the back of their mind. And it's something, even with my clients, I have had to reassure them. They come and we do product development for them, and they want to be certain that they can make certain statements that this has been developed and manufactured by experts, because it is very, very important in our industry. So using the relevant buzzwords, things like backed by science, expertly formulated, ingredients scientifically proven, dermatologically tested, clinical studies show. These are statements that you need to put into your copy, into your content. You don't want to bore them with science, but you want hints of scientifically proven, scientifically tested, safe, high quality, formulated by cosmetic formulators. Those are ingredients shown to. Very important. So that's another thing. You may think, oh, I'm not a scientist and I can't make those kind of claims. Yes, you can. If you are using an ingredient that is scientifically shown or proven to moisturize, to hydrate, to boost collagen production, you can make that statement using ingredients scientifically proven to improve hydration. And by using those kinds of statements, you're definitely going to be increasing the trust of your buyers. And remember, right before they buy, they trust. So they know about you, they like you, then they trust you, and then they buy. Okay. Social media integration. Social media is, again, one of those ways that your audience validates what you do for whatever reason. That's just how it is. So by integrating your social media, by showing them, listen, I don't only exist on this website that I have created. I exist on a platform or a series of platforms where the world can comment on me, my brand, and my products. So I'm not hiding behind this paywall where the only person who can comment here is me. This is my website. No, I am also out there in the public. My products are in the public. You can go and see what others are saying about what I do. So having that social media integration definitely has. Having your links to your social media is also another way of adding social proof. If your products are available at other locations. So if they're available on a marketplace, so if you're selling, for example, on Etsy, you can put available at Etsy. If you're selling on Amazon Handmade, if you're selling in local stores, no matter how small a store that is, you can also list that. So people again know this isn't only available here. There are other credible marketplaces, stores, shops, salons that are carrying my products. Okay, and they can have access to them there. They can go to those marketplaces and they can do their own assessments. This is very, very useful in helping buyers to gain trust and ultimately to purchase. Brand values, and we spoke about this briefly in the welcome message, but I also think it is useful to have some other section or some other narrative that builds out your brand value even more. So your brand values, it's a very important part of the initial planning process of your business. You need to be very clear what the core beliefs and principles are. When you are an independent brand, meaning you are a small brand that is founder-led, what makes your brand stand out from the big players, from the big boys and girls that are in the stores and supermarkets, is really what you and your business stand for. The thing about those bigger brands is that oftentimes their brand value gets diluted because they're so big and they're so well established. So people are less interested in what those brands stand for. They're just interested in the fact that the product works and that's it. When you're a small independent brand coming to market, people need to connect with a movement, right? They need to feel almost as if here's a unique identity, here's a unique movement or a unique mission and purpose that I can connect to. And this helps to encourage them to explore you and your brand further. So in your competitor analysis, a big part of that is differentiating yourself. What is your unique selling proposition? And oftentimes that unique selling proposition will be related to some core principle, some core belief, right? Whether it is sustainability, whether it is farm to face, whether it is small business, whether it is woman led, whether it is kiddies approved. It is oftentimes related to some brand value. That differentiating feature or set of features are related to your brand values. So it is important that you find a way to articulate that on your homepage. Okay, here's again going back to Earth Harbor. They have another section that says that they have these badges. 1% for the Planet member, plant-based, 100% of their ingredients are plant-based. Carbon neutral, that's very, very important with our issues with climate change. Women-owned, which can be very important. I tend to like to support women-owned businesses. If you're cruelty-free, vegan, sustainable packaging, you know, all of these are brand values, and this is one way you can easily articulate that on your homepage. Glisten Cosmetics, cruelty-free wet liner makeup products. Now, we'll see a lot of cruelty-free with skincare and personal care products, but you tend not to see that a lot with your makeups. And it's very, very specific. Cruelty-free wet liner, like so specific, right? So this makes them stand out, right? This brand value makes them stand out so well from the crowd. Again, it's a UK woman-owned independent beauty brand. And that can be very powerful in motivating people to buy, you know. So if you are also from the UK, or if you have, you know, if you have a very romantic relationship with the UK, if you also like to support women-owned or women-led businesses, that brand value will speak to you. Colorful makeup is our bread and butter, which means this company has to make this business work because this is their bread and butter. And positioning themselves as central to making this brand work is very, very useful in outlining their brand value. True Botanicals, another well-known brand, very clearly outlined. Liberate your glow wildly with clean ingredients, with wildly clean ingredients, right? So it's very, very clear that they're providing safe products, clean ingredients, but also products that are based on botanicals, which is a very unique way of expressing that brand value. It's in their name, and it's in the brand value that they articulate, and then they give even more information on some of those. Very, very useful, very, very powerful brand messaging. And then finally, you need to find a way to grow your email list. You may have been hearing this a lot, or you may have heard this a lot in your own research and trying to build your business. If you're not growing your email list, if you are not finding a way of collecting information about your visitors, you will have very limited opportunities of marketing to them in the future. In your own email, you have lots of promotional emails and marketing emails from brands, from product-based businesses. And the reason why you have that is because it works. Email marketing works. It works for my business. Even though a lot of my email marketing is around services, it works. Email marketing works. So you need to find a way to collect their email addresses so that in the future you can still continue to market to them even though they're not currently on your website. And it also helps to provide an avenue to grow a relationship with your audience. So you don't only have to send, or you shouldn't only be sending marketing and promotional information. You should also be sending information that helps to build the relationship with your audience, that helps to get them to learn more about you and for you to learn more about them. This email marketing strategy is very, very useful in helping to transition them from just being an observer to being an actual customer. How exactly do you build an email? You need to give them something in exchange for their email. It's as simple as that. I'm going to give you something, and in exchange, you give me your email address, and I will continue to provide information, resources, and promotional material that can help me to make your life better through these amazing products that I sell. What exactly can you give them? Here are some ideas. You can give away free samples. Sign up here, give me your email address, give me your address, and I'll send you some free samples. You can offer exclusive promotions. So you can say, for example, get a 10% discount on your first purchase if you sign up to this email list. And that is a very, very popular approach. You will see that all the time, almost on every website that's selling products. You will oftentimes see get a discount off your first purchase, or get a discount of a purchase of X amount or more. You submit your email and you simply just send them a coupon code or some instructions on how to claim. Beauty tips and tricks, or wellness tips and tricks. You can provide this in a kind of guide or ebook. Can be very, very useful. Lots of people, again, when they come to your website, they're looking for a solution. Maybe you can give them that solution in the form of information first, and that can be linked to your products. If you have a general newsletter, I'm not a big fan on general newsletters, but it can be an easy way. So for example, if you're just launching, if you haven't yet launched, if you have a website that says coming soon, launching soon, and you just want to still be collecting emails because you have no promotion to give, you're not yet selling, a general newsletter is fine. Because that way you can share general updates as you're working towards your launch. So your pre-launch strategy, you can be you can be sharing that information with them through a newsletter. Giveaways are great. So if it's a free product or a bundle of products in exchange for an email address. So sign up here and get a free spatula with any order. Something like that can be useful. Product launch notifications. So if you want your users to receive updates on new products, restocks, new content, you can also have that in exchange for an email address. If you have a blog and you want your users to subscribe to that blog, that's also an easy way. Quizzes or surveys. Now, this is becoming increasingly popular, and I think it's a very, very important component. People love to take quizzes. People love to learn more about themselves. and building a quiz that your audience can take that is related to your products can be a very, very powerful way of generating and building your email list. Early access. So again, if you are yet to launch, there's no excuse that you shouldn't be collecting emails. If you have not yet launched, if you plan to launch in 3 months, in exchange for your email, you will get access to the pre-launch price, right? You will get exclusive access, first to purchase, first to access. These kind of things motivate buyers, and especially if you're working on marketing within your local community as well, that can also be very, very powerful. Have a homepage. You're not yet launched. Your banner should say, speak to your audience, but should say something coming soon. And then you need to have somewhere that says for early access, for exclusive early access, for events, pre-launch deals, sign up here. Okay. If you have virtual workshops or masterclasses, this can be virtual, but it can also be physical workshops that you have. You might be able to use this to collect email addresses as well. Can be very, very useful. Again, people are looking for solutions, you know, how to create your own morning routine, right? Morning face routine. You know, could be a very, very useful masterclass. People get to know you. People get to learn about the approaches to how you use these products. And you will see how easily that converts to, if you need products that work as a part of your morning routine, here is a special discount, and you now get actual customers. Now you can collect these emails in different ways. So you just need to have it somewhere on your homepage. It can be as a pop-up. So as soon as they go on, it can be where they scroll for a little bit and then the pop-up comes, or it can be based on how long they've been on the website, the pop-up comes, because you want them to see your hero statement, right? So you don't want, as they go onto your website, this pops up, because you want them to see that hero statement, maybe to even see the products, and then you can have a pop-up that says get 10% off, join up for a free virtual masterclass, get access to pre-launch deals, and it's a pop-up. Or you can have a simple form somewhere else on your page that offers this discounts or the offers or promotions. You can have that anywhere on your website. Just ensure that it's in a kind of strategic location, so it's not competing with people being able to purchase, because that's really what you want, for people to purchase. But if they haven't purchased, join our email list. Okay, that's kind of the approach. Okay, we are at the end of our lesson, and now it is your turn. How are you going to plan and now write your homepage content? And this is the assignment that we will now look at, and I will do a quick review of the workbook so that you can implement what you've learned and create an amazing set of content for your homepage. Okay, so here is the workbook, right? Day 1, you're going to be working on your homepage. Now, the day 1 workbook you can download, so that will either be in a link in this video, or it will also be a separate post in the Facebook group. And I'll also be sharing the link via email, so you can look out for that. Okay. Your workbook is a PDF document that you can print and write in, and it is also fillable. So you can actually type in the workbook, and I'll show you that shortly. And each day you'll get a new workbook for that particular activity. For the day 1 workbook, it goes a little bit more into a little bit more about the challenge, what the workbook will provide. So it will give you an overview of the challenge structure, the prizes that you can win out of this challenge. And then, of course, your worksheets for day 1. It also has the link to the Facebook group. Remember, that's an important link. So in case, again, if you've gotten this in email and you haven't yet joined the group, the link is there. And then here's a little bit more information about me if we haven't yet met. So you can learn a little bit about me and what Skincare Startup offers. We also have an exclusive membership, as I mentioned before. You can learn a little bit more about that. This is an extension of that, but we have many kinds of resources like this one for different areas of your business. So if you want to be a part of an exclusive community and have access to these kinds of masterclasses, workbooks, templates, tools, we have many different things that we have done: how to get your products in stores, how to price your products, social media calendars, formulations each month. We have exclusive member-only events. There's a lot in the private membership called the Bath and Beauty Brand Growth Hub. So if you want to learn more about that, you can get access right here. For this particular challenge, I want to ensure that you can get the most out of this challenge. So not only will you be working on your content, but you can also get access to some additional prizes, okay? And all you need to do is to share the challenge. So if you go into the Facebook group, you will see where you can share this challenge with others. So look in our in our meet and greet, and there's a link in the comments where you can actually share the challenge, or you can simply screenshot or share the photo with others. Send us a screenshot via email of the shares that you've done. The person that has the most shares will get access to the Done For You Bath and Beauty Shopify online store. So we have created a template for bath and beauty brands that is plug and play. You can simply just put in your information that we would have crafted this week and quickly have your website up. Okay, and included in that, you will get 1 year access to the Growth Hub, which is what I just spoke about. So that's the grand prize. The second prize is getting 1 year access to the Growth Hub and a free website review. So once you've created your website, we can get on a call. You can send me your website. I give you detailed feedback on how you can improve it if you need to improve it. And then the third prize is just the free website review and feedback. So you can enter as many times as you wish by simply sharing this challenge with others. You can send this workbook if you want, share it with them in any way. It's just important that they join the Facebook group. And then an overview of the challenge schedule, just in case you have forgotten, it's all there. On the final day, we will also have a masterclass as well about how you can actually create your own website using Shopify. Then this is the assignment. So here it gives some instructions for the home page. Here's an introduction. The worksheets to follow will help you craft a compelling and effective message for your bath and beauty brand's website homepage. By the end of the assignment, you will have a clear understanding of what it makes, of what makes your brand unique, and how to communicate that on your homepage. And then it clearly tells you, write your hero banner statement, 15 words or less. Again, you can print it and simply write it out, or you can simply type it here in your in the form. So for example, natural products, harnessing the power of, local botanicals, whatever the case is. Okay, so you can just write your hero statement in, going through the different sections that we have spoken about. So here you can essentially put everything together. When you're done, you can save this or print this out so that you have everything ready. And then your call to action. What is your call to action? It can be buy now, for example, but you just need to be very clear on that banner what is going to be your call to action. Then we go to featured products. What are the featured products that you will have on your website? I like to have a subheading, so you can have featured products, top sellers, best sellers, new releases, whatever the case is. Just have a kind of subheading and just type that in. And then you're going to put in your information. So you may decide coffee, body butter, for example. And then what are the details that you're going to be including? So you can put in the price, if they're a new seller, or top seller, if they're badges, if they're reviews. Just put some details there so that you're clearly outlining what content will be there. Then the welcome statement. Put a subheading, so it can be hello. That can be a subheading, or it can be welcome to my brand. And then you're going to highlight your welcome message. Very brief, nothing too complex, because they'll get an opportunity to learn more about you. And then a call to action can be learn more about us, etc. Then I like to have product spotlight. So this is now where you can share some additional details on a specific product if you wish. Because on a home page, you may not have only one product section. You're likely to have other sections that features products. So this can provide you with more information or give you an opportunity to put more details on specific products. And then your testimonials or reviews or your social proof, right? So you can give a heading, what others are saying or as seen as, etc. And then simply just put in the content here. And then a call to action. So if you want people to learn more or shop now or whatever the case is, you can. And then your values. So value subheading or brand values, for example, what we stand for. Just put a nice subheading and then list out what they are. So if value one, locally sourced ingredients, that may be a brand value. No animal testing, that may be a brand value. Dermatologically tested. And then write a little bit about that so that when you're crafting or designing your web page, you have all that content. And then your lead magnet, your email list builder. What will that be? Give it a headline, grab your discount, and then a description. Get 10% off your next order with this coupon. And then the opt-in information to be collected. So what information do you need to collect from them? It may be the first name and email. Normally that's enough. But if you're sending samples, if you need to give them a consultation via phone, if there's more information that you need, phone number, address, etc., you can put them here. And then a call to action, join now, or sign up, or grab your discount. What is the actual terminology that you will use for that call to action? Okay, so at the end of that, you should be fairly set on what your homepage content. Now you realize it's not a lot of content, which is good. You don't want persons to be reading a thesis on your homepage. What you want is powerful imagery, but you also need powerful description, powerful copy that will help build that relationship with your customer, the know, like, and trust, and then giving them clear opportunities to buy now or to position themselves to purchase. There are some note pages just in case you need some additional space for some additional content, or whether you have questions that you want to post in the group, you can put them here. If you need to repeat any of these sections, you can always print more pages or save as, to save another version of it in case you need to do some additional parts. I like to use these worksheets on my tablet. So I actually write on my tablet and I can make my notes right throughout. So it's also easy, and I also have it with me as opposed to a printed copy, but that's totally up to you. Okay, and when you're done, you did it. You have completed it. You've completed the content for your homepage, and what I'd love for you to do is to share the worksheet with others. So simply take a screenshot, take a picture, do a quick video, and share what you've done. If you have questions, please to go ahead and post them in the Facebook group, or you can email us at hello@skincarestartup.com, and I will ensure that I answer those questions during the live today. All right, so excited to see you later today for the live Q&A, and then early tomorrow morning again, where we will talk about the About Us and Contact Us pages. So thank you so much for your time. This was a pretty long masterclass, an hour that we covered, which means that you have a lot of information that should empower you to get your homepage written. So excited to have had you here. Thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, remember to post those in the Facebook group, or you can simply send me an email at hello@skincarestartup.com. See you later for the live session. If not, I will see you tomorrow morning for our next video lesson. Enjoy the rest of your day.